What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about some words that are uniquely Canadian, or words that are only used in Canada. And apparently, there's actually an entire dictionary of these Canadianisms or Canadian words, and this dictionary was updated this year recently, and I thought it'd be a lot of fun to hear some of these new Canadian words, and I'll also try to guess what they mean. So, with that being said, let's take a look.
What comes to mind when you hear Canadianism?
Yeah, well, I grew up in Saskatchewan, and it blew my mind when I lived in Ontario that my hooded sweatshirt is a bunny hug.
Oh.
In Saskatchewan, but in Ontario it's a hooded sweatshirt, and I couldn't believe that people didn't know what a bunny hug was. So these
A bunny hug. So that's a good example of a Canadianism. But why is a sweatshirt or a hoodie called a bunny hug? And this is only in Saskatchewan? So even within Canada, regionally, there is slang or words and phrases that are used only in certain parts of Canada, and then there's words that probably all Canadians are familiar with. And you guys call these Canadianisms. Okay, I think I got it.
These are the type of words that are in this dictionary that you're talking about. It's called the Dictionary of Canadianisms on Historical Principles. It's got a weird name, but anyways, it's words that are uniquely Canadian. They might not be only in Canada, such as the word dinged. Like, oh, I got dinged for extra cell phone roaming charges. Now, dinged is used in the States, but it's uniquely Canadian. It's
Dig? What's he saying? Ding? Oh, ding. Yeah, we do use that word, ding. Like you got dinged for extra charges. That's true. When I think of the word ding, I actually think about getting a ding in your car. Like someone hit your car with a shopping cart and you got a little ding in it. You know, that's actually what I think when I think of that word.
far more used here. So that's what this dictionary is doing.
And I have relatives in Regina watching, so I did know the bunny hug one. Darius?
Bunny hug. Are there actually Canadians out there that unironically use the word bunny hug? Because no American has ever heard of that ever. That's an interesting one.
Let's go to you. So there's a quiz that UBC put out on Canadianism. I'm going to do a little bit of rapid fire. So I'm just going to spit it out and you tell me what it means. Are you ready?
I shall participate in this challenge as well. She's going to say a Canadian word, and I will tell you, as an American, what the word means. Or not. Who knows?
Ready?
Well, I'll try.
Double is a prize, and a quarter chicken Swiss chalet dinner, white meat with extra sauce, okay?
What did she just say? I don't think this is part of the quiz. I think she just said a bunch of words I don't understand. Maybe that's a Canadian thing. Something about a double. Something about Swiss chalet. Anyway, let's keep going.
All right, here we go. Canadiano.
Canadiano. I've heard of this because this is part of the Canadian anti-America campaign boycotting American stuff. So Canadians got rid of the Americano, which, to be completely honest, I'm not much of a coffee connoisseur. So I don't know what an Americano even is. Is that stupid of me? You know, am I the only one here? I don't know what an Americano is. I don't know what's in it. It's some kind of coffee. Canadians aren't happy with America, so they changed the name to Canadicano. That's the answer to this one, right? It's a coffee.
Canadiano?
Yes, Canadiano. This is new.
Things that are uniquely Canadian.
No, beverage.
This guy doesn't. What is this guy Canadian? What? Who is this guy? I know this one. I heard of this one like in the news or whatever on the internet. This guy. How do I know this and this Canadian doesn't?
Yeah,
Oh,
big,
it's like an
big small
Americano?
cup.
I don't drink
Yes, that's
coffee.
right. There you go. Ding,
don't
ding,
know.
ding.
I don't drink coffee, he says. Ha! Okay, well, I got that one right, so I'm actually very pleased.
Americano,
Thank you
but
for
we've
that.
renamed it in recent times with the Trump tariffs. Canadian tuxedo. That's pretty.
Canadian tuxedo? That's not a new one. That's been around, hasn't it? That's like an entire outfit of just denim. I'm pretty sure that's what a Canadian tuxedo is. I have no idea why that's a Canadian tuxedo. I have no idea who dresses like that. Like, who? Like, did Michael Jackson? Who dressed like that? I don't know why that's a Canadian thing, but that's the Canadian tuxedo. Is all denim.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, denim.
Denim, top
to
to
toe.
bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, head to toe.
Most Americans like would know Canadian tuxedo. It's kind of like a funny Canadian thing. A lot of Americans actually know that one.
Yeah. What does it mean to beak someone?
Here we go. And so it begins. To beak someone sounds painful. Please don't beak me. To beak reminds me of ding. Like, usually I'd have a guess, but like, what do you mean you're beaking someone? Like, making fun of them. You're telling a joke about them. You're making fun of them. You're ribbing them.
To ding them.
This guy is worse off than me. And he also has no freaking clue what this is. I have never heard this. To beak?
I have no idea.
It's-
Beak.
It's to jeer them. You know, hey.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I kind of got that one. I was just thinking of like prodding, ribbing, joking, beaking, jeering. I think I got that one. You poke at someone? Like, did I actually get that right?
And
Beak at
then
him. Beaking at you.
and then
That makes
deek.
sense.
So you can phone
can
a
beak
friend.
me after this,
He's
yeah.
right beside you. Deek someone.
Deek? What are these? What are these words? What? Canadicano, I get. I mean, Canadian tuxedo, I don't get, but I've heard of it. What is a deek? Deek. I'd rather get beaked than deeked. Deek? Sounds like someone's name. Hey, Deek. Deek? That's when you get, you forget to pay your phone bill and you get an extra charge on the end.
To juke them out.
Yeah. Very,
To juke?
very good. Okay, that's not
Yeah, you
bad.
did
We'll give him a
pretty good.
double.
Yeah.
So that's a deek? Is this like a hockey thing? Because when I think of like juking, that's like in sports. In sports, you want to like move left, right, fake them out, juke them. I never heard that one before. Is that a new thing? Is that a new Canadian word or? I don't know. That's interesting.
Okay.
So, Chad, we've asked viewers to write in. What
Yes,
did they
we
say?
got some viewers who've written in. Gary,
good.
Gavin Barry, one favorite one. This is a good BC one. Skookum.
Come on, these are not real. There's no way. Skookum? Come on, we're just making up words now. I mean, literally, that is the point. We are making up words and making them real words, and they're getting added to the Canadianism dictionary. So I guess I should show some respect for the skookum. Skookum? I'm gonna say that's some residue that you scrape off the floor of your car after a lot of people ride in it and get it a bit dirty. You scrape the skookum right off the car, right? That's what it is.
Oh,
So
I don't know
Skookum is
that
like
one.
awesome, big, strong, durable, amazing.
I was close, right? I was close, definitely. Almost got it. Awesome. There's always been words for like cool, hip, groovy, awesome. A lot of the younger kids are saying that's fire, but I've never heard skookum. Like that's skookum? Or do you just say skookum? Cool. I don't know if I can get on board with skookum. Skookum sounds like the name of the guy down at the harbor who owns a crusty fishing boat for the last 67 years. That's old Skookum, like his name. All right, let's keep going.
Danielle Harwood, bachelor, meaning apartment.
Bachelor? Bachelor? Bachelor is a word. This is cheating. Bachelor is a word. It's a man who's not married, right?
Meaning apartment, not an unmarried man. So like, I rented a bachelor.
Okay.
What? Wait, what now? I need to hear this one again.
So
Oh, I don't know
skookum is
that
like
one.
awesome apartment, not an unmarried man.
Oh, all right. I'm rewinding this in the wrong place.
Well, amazing. Danielle Harwood, bachelor, meaning apartment, not an unmarried man. So like,
It's an apartment? It's a type of apartment? Is a bachelor? What kind of apartment? Why would you call an apartment a bachelor? That's a little confusing.
I rented a bachelor.
Okay.
I don't mind making up words, even if they're silly. I don't mind the skookum. But when you take words that already exist and give them different meanings, I don't know, Canadians. I don't know. You got to draw the line somewhere.
And the other one, I'll say Dean Giles. In the early 80s, I was a huge fan of Bob and Doug McKenzie and couldn't wait for either one to say, how's it going, eh?
Yeah.
How's it going, eh? That's pretty easy. That's just the Canadian way of saying, how's it going? We would say that here in America, like without the A. We just say how's it going. I'm guessing, is that an exaggeration in Canada to like the Bob and Doug McKenzie thing? That's a Canadian, that's almost like a stereotype of what Canadians are like. Like, how's it going, eh? Would any Canadian really say it like that? You just say, how's it going? Right? Or do you really throw on the A? Now I'm actually curious.
That was a big thing in the show, and you hear that to this day, like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, pulling out the A and putting it at the end of every sentence is a pretty good Canadian mark. As a Canadian living in the U.S., sometimes, I'll say toque or pop.
She's a Canadian who lives in the U.S. Toque. I learned this one before in a different video. Toque is the hat. Pop is said by some Americans. I've always said soda. But, people say cola, pop. Some people say Coke to mean all types of soda, not just Coke. That's probably the weirdest.
I don't really use Chesterfield. I don't know if anybody.
Chesterfield? I almost want to say that's a type of gun. No, that's the couch. It's the couch. That's what that is.
Does anymore. And people get confused. They have no idea what you're talking about. Do you find that when you travel, you say certain words and people look at you?
Yeah,
and,
me, it'd be like, oh yeah, we're going out. We're going to go out and about.
yes.
And then
What? I don't know if that's a good example. Not to like nitpick too much on the banter that they're having here, but we're here and I'm listening, so why not? I'll nitpick. If someone, of all the things to be confusing, out and about, that's not very confusing, especially for Americans. That's a pretty normal phrase. Now, if you said it super Canadian, like, oot and a boot, oot and a boot, and really fast, and really Canadian. I'm not even sure there's actually Canadians who do that, but that would be confusing, for example.
we're going out and about.
Yeah.
So anyways, I get weird looks when I say out and about.
Maybe he probably gets weird looks because Americans just like, we don't say that phrase too often, unironically. It's almost like a joke, but I don't know. Maybe I'm going too far with the out and about. That's just like kind of a normal phrase. That's just a normal phrase. Yeah, what I'm gonna stick with that. I don't know why he would get weird looks about that.
I love that about.
Yeah.
The Bachelor one. My sister went to law school in the States and she had to rent an apartment.
Yeah.
Nobody had any idea what she was talking about.
I've never heard that one in my life. That's true. The Bachelor being an apartment? Why is that?
Studio. And then I remember as a kid going down to the States to go to Target and get some runners or pencil.
Runners? Isn't that a British word for shoes? Huh. Do Canadians use that word? Runners? I didn't know that. I thought that was like a British thing.
And then I remember as a kid going down to the States to go to Target and get some runners or pencil crayons.
Pencil crayons. Pencil crayons, not crayons. I know it's not crayons. I did a video a while ago where I pronounced it like how I say it, crayons. And I got a lot of people saying it's crayons. It's 2 syllables. I've been working on that, but not really, because the way I talk is the way I talk. So he's saying, but all that aside, whether you say crayons or crayons, pencil crayons, that's like, instead of colored pencils, for one thing, aren't they they look like pencils, right? I don't want to get into some kind of heated debate over this. You guys can call it whatever you want, but just logically speaking, it's a pencil, but instead of lead, it's got color in it. Colored pencil. If it was a pencil crayon, to me, that would mean it's like the shape of a pencil, but it's waxy. It's got wax, like a big crayon, shaped like a pencil. Anyway, there you go.
And
All right.
nobody knows where to send
Okay,
you.
No. Talk about something Americans would have no freaking clue what you're talking about.
Gonna wrap it there. Good chat, everybody. High five, Canadian high five. Thank you so
Let's
much.
go, eh?
That was the most Canadian thing in the whole segment, right there. That was the most Canadian thing in the whole segment.
Where to send
Okay,
you.
I'm gonna wrap.
High five? High five? High five after the news segment? Who does that? I don't think they were even prepared for that. That was a little awkward. Is that a Canadian thing? Doing a high five after like a formal news interview? No offense to her. If she wants to high five people, more power to her. Anyway, this was a lot of fun. There's clearly a lot of weird Canadianisms, Canadian words, some of which are still being invented that I don't know about. I might even have to take a look at the dictionary of Canadianisms at some point in the future. That would be interesting. If there's a whole dictionary of Canadianisms, that'd be kind of funny for me to look at. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on any of these Canadianisms, new Canadian words, old Canadian words. That'd be fun to hear about. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada and learning about Canadian culture and seeing Canadian things I've never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching and see you next time.